House Party, an adventure game made by indie developers Eek Games, was released on Steam recently and saw a huge success with YouTubers and streamers. The game is a click and point adventure and is somewhat similar to classic adventure games from the 90s such as Monkey Island and in particular Leisure Suit Larry. The premise involves you going to a house party and collecting items, solving puzzles and talking to the guests, and a big theme within the game is trying to get into bed with the people at the party. Now, due to these acts originally being graphically depicted and leaving little to the imagination, the game was quickly pulled from Steam despite its large popularity. Steam doesn't really have clear guidelines on what is and isn't allowed in games in regards to this, and whilst explicit content is allowed for some titles, it isn't for others, and the reasoning behind these decisions can sometimes be unclear. The devs were told, however, that Steam had received a large number of complaints about the title and that this was the reason for its removal. The devs have stated, House Party was temporarily removed as a result of a number of complaints that was sent to Steam about the game. The game has been a target for a certain group of people since the day it was launched, and said people are posting very aggressive, distasteful and hateful comments directed towards the game and its community of players. I suspect the complaints about the game that Steam received were originating from the same groups. Steam agreed to let the game back on their site after some modifications, which we are working on now. They have generously offered me the opportunity to modify the game for readmission to their service. The devs have now censored the game, however, and it's once more available for purchase on Steam. Also, there is a patch available on the developer's website which will remove the censorship. The way the censorship was handled can be seen here. As you can see, during any adult acts, a big black censor bar will pop up reading "Censored, terrible things happening." Interestingly, this censorship was already in the game, but it had to be enabled via the options menu. Now though, it is set to on permanently unless you download the censorship patch over on the dev's website. The devs have explained the situation further over on their website, and apparently Steam are not to blame too much for the situation. To quote, "I know a lot of people are coming down hard on Steam for this, but it was expressed to me during the course of my exchange to them that they are also held to rules and regulations of their own, and they are just trying to do the best they can. They were very happy to be able to restore the game on their platform. Probably not as happy as me, but close." It's not quite clear what is being referenced here by rules and regulations of their own, but as always, Censored Gaming will continue to keep a close eye on all things Steam related and let you know if any new information becomes known. Until next time, thank you for watching.